Alrighty, so we're prospecting today, and we have sampled this outcrop before, but we're exposing it a bit more, seeing if we can get a better sample. We're doing work so we can put in an assessment report for this property, and we're going to see if we can get a few samples tonight that are worthy, and then we'll send them in for testing, ICP method, fire safe for AU. So we have our first sample here. We'll let you know if we find any other ones. Just small amounts of pyrite and chalcopyrite on here. A little bit more on this one. We're just going to send in one sample from this outcrop, as we haven't found anything defining vein-wise yet. So we'll just send in a sample over the entire 5-meter outcrop. So this will be our first sample we're going to send in for testing, and then if we expose any more and find any more, we'll let you know. So this is the outcrop, and it continues down here. Alright, so these are our first set of samples here. We found another one here where you have pyrite found as disseminations. So I'll send this one in for our second sample here. So the reason why we put a tag in here is in case our lettering wears off on the outside of the bag. And then we'll bag our second sample and then continue on to the next spot. Alright, so we got another exposure right here of mineral, and it is a fairly decent one. So this is actually your host rock, and you have disseminations of mineral, pyrite, chalcopyrite, pyrrhotite, and you have some free gold in here. So it's not in the entire host rock, but everywhere you see oxidization, you have your disseminated mineral. So we're going to pull a sample off here and send this in for some testing. Alright, so you got a few kinds of rock here. Obviously your primary rock is your schists right here. You have some quartz feldspar, you have some diorite and granodiorite here. So you can see right here you have your disseminated mineral all throughout your rock, and we looked at it under a jeweler's loupe, and you definitely do have free metal gold in there. So expecting some good things with this sample. It's definitely visible with the eye, so you know it's at least 30 grams per ton, probably quite a bit more. So this should be a good sample. We're just not sure the extent of the deposit. Perfect, so we got our sample here. good to go. Let's on to the next one. The last location we're going to have time to go to tonight. It's already dark, so you can see you have mineral all along here. We're going to actually take 2 samples from this outcrop. You can see it's a hunk of solid mineral there. You have large amounts of mineralization, massive sulfides, and you can see up here, I'd say about 80% of your quartz vein is full of mineral. Same with up there. So we're going to pull a couple samples off of here, 2 separate samples. Post the assay results after for all the outcrops we've been to tonight. So stay tuned for that, and we'll pull the samples off and show you. Here you go. This is the first sample: pyrrhotite, chalcopyrite, and pyrite as your main sulfide. So we'll probably pull like 10, 12 samples off this outcrop, but we'll only send in a couple of them for testing, but we'll show you whatever we pull off. Alright, so here's our next sample: pyrite with lesser chalcopyrite amongst quartz, and you have a little bit of schists there. So this one will be cataloged. We're not going to send this in. We may at a later date, which is why we're cataloging it, but not right now. This first one, however, we will send in. Right, so we got 4 more sets of samples here to look at. Here is the first sample: magnetite, galena, and pyrite. This will be cataloged. Magnetite, galena, pyrite, bit of chalcopyrite. And here is your next set of samples. Magnetite, galena, and probably some molybdenite in there, pyrrhotite, pyrite, chalcopyrite. So this outcrop here spans for about 50 meters, and we're pulling samples at multiple different areas along the outcrop. This outcrop also is in the same area and same zone as our previous spot where we got about 200 grams of gold per ton. So we're expecting some really decent results out of these. So these are just beautiful samples. Alright, let's hammer a few more and we'll post these results after. So, these are all the samples we have so far. A ton of them. Here's some more that we just pulled off a quartz vein. And you can see the malachite staining in there, a little bit of it. Azurite, chalcopyrite. Primarily it's pyrite. There's molybdenite, galena. It looks like there's a bit of sphalerite in there too. You have pyrrhotite. All in minor amounts, of course. Your main sulfide is going to be your pyrite. So we'll send in one sample from this vein as well. Just a small sample, probably. Maybe something like this. And this piece here. A couple more over here that we just pulled off the road. So we'll label the samples in the video so you know which ones are for which assays. But that's all the time we have for right now for pulling off samples. We're going to come back here very shortly and hammer a bit more off. We didn't get to go over the whole entire exposure. So we'll see you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed. If you guys want to check us out on Patreon, www.patreon.com/911mining. Thank you to all our current patrons. We really appreciate you guys and all our viewers. So have a good one. Till the next time.